you decided to run for president of the United States of America. Mm-hmm. Why did you do that?
Well, I'm running for the office of the President of the United States of America simply because the Spirit of the living God has ordered me to do so.
All right. So it's obvious that American people are sick of politics as usual. Mm-hmm. It's evident in the last election. Mm-hmm. They chose someone who just had nothing to do with politics, had never run for public office ever before. Mm-hmm. What would you do to rebuild that trust?
Your trust in American people?
Yes.
I would just simply be myself. And I think the people will feel me because I'm one of us. I mean, I'm an American that knows what it's like to be homeless. I'm an American who knows what it's like to go hungry. I'm an American who knows what it's like to struggle to pay bills, struggle to make ends meet. And I'm also an American who knows what it's like to win against incredible odds. As right now, I am truly blessed. So I understand the problems of all Americans first-handedly. And inside of me is the solution for all the problems that we as an American people face. So I really think and believe that once they feel me and the love that is on the inside of me, and we all start loving each other, I think they're going to start. How we're going to get the trust of American people is, number one, expose all the lies and just focus on the truth. There's a whole lot of deception that's taking place in this system. And my job is to expose it and introduce something new. Ready? A new us America. By us having a new us America and building a new America that's based on the provisions set forth in the Declaration of Independence.
You're running on the ticket as a Republican. Mm-hmm. What does it mean in 2018 to be a conservative? And how would you change that if any?
What does it mean to be a conservative?
Yes.
Well, first, I don't consider myself a conservative. And why I don't consider myself a conservative is because I'm into root etymology of words. When I look at the etymology of the word conservative, what do I hear is con, which means to go against, service. And I'm not against service, I'm pro-service. So even if one would say, well, that's not what it means. Well, that's not what you mean. You can say, I'm not a conformist. I don't conform to other people's idea of what words are. I like to look at the truth and the root and the facts of all things. And the root of it is conserve. So I don't care what the definition that they say. I'm all about service. And I think all of these titles and terms is dividing. And I believe that we're not going to divide this nation no more. This nation will be united. And I believe in profusion. Profusion, not by definition of profusion, but pro meaning I'm for fusion, which is the uniting of one or more elements together, right, for a common good.
In the last few elections, the young people have come out in droves, the millennials, yes, I might. What would you do to keep the millennials engaged in this next election?
First off, the millennials, as far as me relating to them and them relating to me, to keep them engaged, right? I would just let them be the voice, because I truly believe that they don't just need to be used as political pawns and say, hey, we got the young votes. We did that last time and nothing happened. In the president before that, right, we always promised change and nothing changed. Everything remained the same, just a few things changed. I really believe that they need to be a voice. What I mean by that is what they have to say, right, especially those things that are valid, it need to be considered, right, evaluated, and then drafted into laws, drafted into rules, drafted into regulations, right, based on their concerns. And I really feel and believe that this is what I mean by government. The government is for the people.
So what are the keys to translating your vision for the American people?
Keys for translating my vision for the American people into action is love and truth. Meaning, I love you so much, I'm gonna tell you the truth that no other so-called candidate will even dare to tell you. You wanna know why? Because they're afraid. Because fear is the opposite of love. When I say they're afraid of the real change, which is what I, President R19 Boddie, am here to bring. What I mean by that? By us going to the root of it, the root of the problems. Go to the Declaration, the United States Declaration of Independence. And when we look at it, it says if any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right to the people to alter it. The right of who? The people. The people don't know that we have the right and the power to alter this current United States government, right? And because we don't know that, when you ask the average person, right, we're always complaining about politicians and, oh, we need to get another person in office, or oh, we need to do this. We don't realize that we got the power to alter it. And I'm the man, right, that has come along, that's been chosen to gather and bring and unite all Americans to say, hey, y'all, let's alter the government.
What does leadership, what is the definition of leadership?
Leadership, to me, is being able and qualified to facilitate the needs. In other words, serve. Because in order to lead, you must first serve. And I know what it's like to be a servant, how to love and to give unselfishly, because that's what's in my heart. And I don't like to see nobody suffer. I don't like to see people go through pains. And in my heart, throughout my life, God has always blessed me to move in a way to help people solve their problems. This is what I do naturally.
Well, tell me, what describe some of these tools that you have for dealing with diversity?
The tools for dealing with diversity? I give you a simple tool, right? Love and compassion. That's the tool. And realizing that diversity is an illusion. It's a delusion. You know, we all appear to be different, and appearances are not always real. The sun appears to rise or set, but it doesn't really rise or set. It's in one spot. And so just because something appears different don't mean that it's really different. And so my tool for diversity, whether it be racial diversity, ethnic diversity, gender diversity, don't matter, right? It's love. Because I believe each person is just as precious as the next.